Inakuwaje shabiki shakiki wa Billy O'Clock? How you doing this beautiful day? Alhamdulillah, tunashukuru Mola kwamba ni siku nyingine tena, episode nyingine mpya ya Billy O'Clock. Usahau kusubscribe basi pale kwenye YouTube Billy Mia, kwenye Facebook, Instagram na Twitter @Billy O'Clock. Leo hii tumefika Shooters hapa maeneo Utawala. Pata mwanamke ambaye kazi yake ni kurescue paka. Watu wengi wanaogopa paka. Mtu akisikia paka anahusisha paka labda mashetani, anahusisha paka labda na uchawi, lakini yeye akona zaidi ya paka 400 ambao amewafuga na anawarescue na analala nao paka kitanda kimoja. Unajua watu wakisikia paka inakuwa ngumu zaidi, au sio? Lakini wengi wanaogopa. Mimi nimekuja hapo mwenyewe nimesikia magudha, nimesikia mchele, lakini sasa kidogo nisha relax. And by the way, do you know kwamba paka ni mnyama mwingine ambaye ni unique sana, kwa sababu wanasema kwamba mwaka mmoja wa paka ni sawasawa na miaka 15 ya binadamu, au sio? That's what they say about cats. Kisha pia wanasema kwamba paka anaweza ruka mpaka 6 times height yake. Kwa hivyo kama ana height labda 8 anaweza ruka mara 6 pale. Alafu wako na toes 18. Si kama binadamu, au sio? Hizo ni facts ambazo unazipata kuhusiana na paka. Je, usiku wanaona sana lakini mchana hawezi kuona sana, au sio? Alafu pia they are the only mammals ambao they cannot taste sweetness, au sio? The only mammals that cannot taste sweetness ni paka ambao anakuambia. Ndio maana nimefika hapa hivi nampata mwanamke ambaye itakuwa anajiintroduce pia angalau, lakini namjua kama Rachael. Wengi wanasema kwamba the cat woman. Na cat woman tunajua ni movie ambaye kuna mwanamke ambaye anajivaa kama paka. Akona sanctuary hapa hivi inaitwa the Nairobi Feline Sanctuary. Inapatikana hapo maeneo Utawala, eneo la Shooters. Karibu sana Rachael katika Billy O'Clock.
Asante sana Billy. Niko salama kabisa.
You good?
Very good.
Are you afraid?
Of you?
Of anything?
No, I'm not afraid of anything.
Are you afraid of cats?
No.
Are you afraid of mosquito?
I'm not afraid of them, but I find them irritating. Just like anybody else.
Are you afraid of cockroach?
No.
Rats?
No, I have a certain compassion towards animals, so it's not easy for me to fear them.
Where? Yeah. Sikizaji, this is going to be a very, very interesting topic. Mimi mwenyewe nashtuka tu hapa, nasikia tu. Pengine tukianza Rachael, like how did you come up with such a sanctuary? What inspired you to come with such a sanctuary? And why cats? Of all the animals, hata ukutaka doves, you know, or planting roses, you just started with cats. How did it come up?
Well, in 2013, in 2012, I went vegan and I started learning more about cats. I mean animals and animal rights. And then I went to India to learn yoga, and I learned more about non-cruelty, which they call ahimsa. So, it's like my eyes opened and I was able to see the other side of animal life, the cruelty they face from humans, and the troubles they have from being exposed to the elements. So, but at the time, I only had my house, so I could only rescue cats. Yeah, so that's why cats.
Let me just do it, cats.
Yes.
Where? You don't fear cats at all?
No, I don't.
Your family, how are they about this thing you're doing? Your neighbors, what are they saying about this thing you're doing? Because sometimes cats can be a nuisance, especially when they make the noise, you know. People say that they cry like babies. Nasikia tu paka analia. Sasa wanasema kwamba hao ni watoto wanalia hapo nje. Washetani washakuja, especially when in Mombasa. Nasikia paka ngao. Like the neighbors, your family, how are they taking it?
Well, for my family, they love cats. They love animals, and most especially cats, very much. So I have no trouble from my family. In fact, I have very big support from them. For the neighbors, I'm sure most of them don't like cats, but we have not exposed them to the cats, so they cannot complain. Yeah.
Nairobi Feline Sanctuary, what is it all about? What does it do?
We rescue cats that are homeless and we give them shelter. Or the cats that are sick, we bring them here and treat them. And once they are well, we give them shelter. Yeah, that's what we do.
Now, how do you get the cats? Unapata wapi? Wanaletwa wenyewe, wanakuja wenyewe ama inakuwaje?
We do get some cats surrendered by people. Maybe they got a new job in another country or another city. They are unable to move with the cats. So we usually allow them to bring them here for sheltering and eventually maybe homing. Other than that, we get calls about cats in distress and we go and rescue. Yeah, some are fierce, so we have traps that we use to trap the cats and bring them back here where we treat, vaccinate and neuter.
So let me ask you about cats. I know they are the most intelligent animals in the world. Now, do they have feelings?
Yes, they have feelings. They feel fear, love, happiness, sadness. They even get depressed.
How will you know that a cat is depressed?
They'll stop eating. They'll keep, they are very social animals. They just, when they get depressed, they keep to themselves. And you will just see, just like if you would notice a human being who is depressed, it's the same symptoms you'll see in a cat. Yeah.
So like unaona kwamba huyu ameboeka,
hana raha, hataki kukula, hataki kucheza, ako tu in a certain corner by himself.
Nimeona uko na place kama ward. Uko na place kama ward huko. Nikiingia tu kunaona kama kuna place wanafungiwa hivi. What is that place?
So that place is a sick bay. That's where, as I said, some of the cats we get are very sick. So once we clean them up, treat them, we isolate them. But it's a very comfortable place. In fact, when they go there, they recover very fast.
Because it's so serene.
Yeah, and it's comfortable, and they are given all the comfort. If they are cold, they are given hot water bottles and blankets. So they are very okay.
Hot water bottle?
Yeah, to keep warm, yes.
So, it started in 2013?
Yes.
Up to date?
Up to date.
How many cats do you have?
For now, since the last time we had a tally of 386, I think we have received more than 20 more. So we have over 400 cats.
Over 400 cats.
Yes.
And all of them are in good health?
Okay, most of them are in good health. As I said, some of them come in sick and it takes a while for them to bounce back. Yeah.
Pengine ushapata kesi ya paka anatoka tu anaenda kwa majirani anasumbua. Do they usually come back? Do they go? What happens when they go?
They usually come back. These days we have tried to make sure they don't move beyond our premise. But when they do, they usually just come back in the evening when it's their meal time. They know their meal time, so they usually come back.
How many times do they eat in a day?
They eat the main meal. They eat twice a day, but during the day we give them some kibble here and there to munch on. Yeah, but the main meals they eat in the morning at 9 and at 5 p.m.
Have you had cases of people fearing you because you keep cats? Maybe your neighbors, maybe your family members.
No,
hey, pale usikanyage.
Not people that are really known to me, but strangers, yes.
Wanasema aje?
Wanasema ni ushetani or such things. Others say, why don't I rescue children? But everybody has a children rescue or children welfare.
Yeah, they are all over.
They are all over.
Yeah.
But who is looking out for the animals?
Yeah.
Someone has to do it, and I'm happy it's me, and I'm not afraid of any kind of criticism.
Do you feel bad when people criticize you, like?
Of course, I'm human. Some words are bound to hurt, but only for a second, and then I go on with my life.
A lot of people associate cats with the devil worshipping, you know, witchcraft, you know, and what have you. You're keeping more than 400 cats. Do you have any wild dreams? And is it true that cats are witches? Ebu tell us.
You know, I think since 2013, more than 1,000 cats have gone through my hands. How come?
More than 1,000?
Yeah. How come I've never seen a genie, or what are the odds that they exist and I've not encountered them?
And you sleep soundly at night?
I've never had any kind of encounter with any paranormal thing with cats. To me, they're just animals that need care, but I've never encountered anything paranormal about cats.
Ukienda Mombasa pale, paka wanaogopewa sana. Paka kuna stage moja inaitwa stage ya paka because there are so many the wild things that happen there at that place, you know. And you told me you've stayed sometimes in Mombasa.
Yes.
Like, what people associate cats with, is it really true?
Well, I'll say I've heard the stories, but I'll also say I've never seen it for myself. Anything paranormal.
They're just stories.
They're just stories. I don't think it's true, if you ask me. Because, as I said, the odds are I would have encountered something.
Yeah, because more than 1,000 have passed through your hand.
Yeah. Calypso.
And you know all their names?
Yes.
That is Calypso.
This is Calypso. He's a good boy.
Have you had family members like distancing themselves from you since you started engaging in this?
Not immediate family, because in my immediate family, and with that I mean in the African sense, they are very supportive of me. My brothers help me when I need to transport something. My children help me even financially, and anything I need, they help. So any bad thing I've had spoken against me has been from strangers who do not know what we are doing here. Yes.
People usually say that cats have 9 lives.
Yes.
9 lives of a cat. Kwamba unaweza jaribu kumua na hakufi. Is it true that cats have 9 lives? And these 9 lives, what are they maybe if you get counted them?
Yeah, actually we were discussing that the other day about the 9 lives. We believe it's not true because cats are very delicate. When they're
sure?
Yeah, when they're exposed to disease, like cat flu, they succumb so fast. When the kittens are depressed, maybe they don't have their mama, the survival rate drops to 15%. So I don't think they have 9 lives. I think it's just a folklore. But what I know is if you lock a cat somewhere, if you corner a cat, then he will fight for his life, and you'll likely be the loser of that battle.
Have you ever seen a cat killing someone, or have you ever heard of a cat killing someone?
Yeah, I've heard of a cat killing somebody. He locked the cat in a single room because the cat ate some meat, his meat, and he wanted to kill the cat. So I don't know, the cat jumped on him and beat his jugular, and he did not survive. Yeah. So
they are very friendly animals.
They are very friendly, but just like any animal, when you corner them very seriously, their survival instinct, which is much stronger than ours, kicks in. Yeah.
So if they get sick, how do you diagnose that this one is suffering from this one, and can they spread diseases to each other?
Yeah, there are most of the diseases that cats are susceptible to are very contagious amongst them. Yeah, so for example, cat flu. So it's usually better just to vaccinate because chances of survival reduces to about 50% when a cat contracts cat flu. But they also develop cancer. Yeah,
cats have cancer.
Yeah, of the blood, of the kidneys. Yeah, they develop cancer also.
So you diagnose them just here in the sanctuary?
Yeah, we have a resident vet. Yeah.
Bwana mtazamaji wa Billy O'Clock, niko katika the Nairobi Feline Sanctuary hapa Shooters Utawala. Niko na Rachael ambaye ndo anawaangalia. Ako na wafanyikazi pia ambao pia anawaangalia. Niona pia kuna eneo ambao wanapata madawa na kuhudumiwa kama labda wako wagonjwa. Ndio narudi muda siko mrefu tuweze kujua, je, wakati paka wanalia kama watoto, huwa ni watoto wameibiwa na wanga wanakuja wanalia kwenye dirisha lako? Na kwa nini huwa wanakuja kulia kando ya dirisha na wasilie huko msituni? Hii ni Billy O'Clock. Usahau kusubscribe kwenye YouTube pale @Billy, alafu kwenye Facebook, Instagram na Twitter Billy. Mavazi yangu kwa sana Chamviga Designs pale maeneo ya Sadi Road Gate B South B. Unapiga 0726712110 unapata kuhudumiwa. Na je, kama una paka wako unaweza kumleta katika the Nairobi Feline Sanctuary. Muda siku mrefu tutakuwa narudi tena Billy O'Clock, usiende mbali. Bwana, karibu tena mtazamaji wa Billy O'Clock. Tumezama Shooters Utawala. Naona bwana environment yangu kama ilivyo the Nairobi Feline Sanctuary. Niko na Rachael ambaye ni mwenyeji ama mkurugenzi katika sanctuary hii, ambaye ananiambia mengi kuhusiana na paka, kwa nini aliamua kuweza kuwa na paka. Sababu ukiangalia paka ni mnyama ambaye ana mifupa 244, lakini binadamu ana mfupa 206 peke yake. Baadhi ya vitu ambavyo najifunza hapa hivi katika the Nairobi Feline Sanctuary nikiwa naye Rachael, na paka wake wazuri. Mimi mwenyewe naogopa paka. Yani sijawahi fuga paka by the way. Naogopa sana, maana yake hususan huyu mweusi mmemshika. Tunavumilia tu kimwanaume, lakini ningekuwa nimesharuka. Rachael,
Yes.
Mtu labda akitaka kuleta paka wake, anamleta bure, unamlipisha ama inakuwaje?
Sasa hii sanctuary ilikuwa established for homeless cats. Yani paka wenye hawana mtu anawaangalia, wako tu wanaathirika huko nje. Those are our mandates. But in case mtu anataka kuleta paka wake, we allow, but for the pets tuna charge 3,000. Hiyo ina cover vaccinations na neutering. Na kama alikuwa ameneuter, pia we pay it forward to another homeless cat mwenye hajakuwa neutered.
Hiyo neuter ni nini?
Hiyo ni kufunga uzazi. Unajua paka isipokuwa neutered, especially a female cat, inakuwa responsible for the reproduction of about 48 cats in a year. That is yeye na vizazi zake in a year wanakuwa na 48 cats. Let's say amezaa leo 5 cats. In 3 months anazaa zingine. In about 4 months the first litter pia imeanza kuzaa. So and now for the male cats it's even much more, because now he can give he can impregnate so many female cats. Yeah.
So wote mnawafanyia hiyo neutering.
Yes.
Also akiingia tu, that's the first
That's
thing,
the
so that you
first
protect.
thing. Yeah.
Also you don't have kittens here.
No, we have the ones that have been thrown out. In fact, we have many. Right now we have more than 50 kittens within the sanctuary.
Wow.
That we found thrown out, or somebody found thrown out and brought them here.
Also people know that if they find cats wanawaleta hapa.
Yeah. For those ones, if you find a cat homeless, sick, out there, and you bring to the sanctuary, we don't charge anything. Yes.
So are there people like maybe labda anataka kwenda safari siku mbili, ama wanaenda holiday, ama labda anaenda job asubuhi au jioni, do they bring like a daycare? Do you accept maybe daycare, and do you charge for that?
We have boarding, but for overnight, not daycare. But that's a good idea.
At least we have an idea. So yes. Night care.
Yeah, overnight. We charge 500 per night, and that includes food, shelter, and as I said, we have a resident vet. So any medication or treatment they need is all included in that.
That's a beautiful idea, because so why night? Night nadhani their owners wako pale. Why night care, not day care?
Because we will only take cats when maybe somebody is traveling, like during the holidays, they are going to their up country, or maybe they are leaving the country and maybe for a few days and coming back. Yeah. Yeah.
So are there people who bring them in the evening and take them in the morning?
We have had somebody board for only one night. So they brought them in the evening and came back the following day for the cats. They were moving house. They did not want to expose the cats to the trauma of moving.
I understand that cats also face trauma.
Yes.
This trauma, how does it come about? How will you realize that a cat has trauma?
First of all, if it is emotional trauma, when you want to pet the cat, when they see your hand extending to them, they flinch. So you know maybe they have been beaten before. Emotional trauma is maybe if they have been mistreated, locked up in a tiny space, they have not been given food, or maybe they have been exposed to loud noise all the time. Yeah, then they develop emotional trauma. Yes.
Well, now, this is a sanctuary. It's a non-profit making thing.
Yeah.
I understand they eat a lot. I know you spend a lot on food.
Yeah.
Now, who funds you? Where do you get your fund? And how do you even make profit?
As a non-profit, we are not here to make profit. I have a job. I am the regional liaison for Animal Safe Movement, an organization based in Canada. Yeah, so mostly I'm funding through my income, but also when some cats get surrendered, all that money goes to the food kitty and to pay salaries, because we have 6 employees. Yes.
Who take care of the cats?
Who take care of the cats, yes.
How much do you spend on food?
On food, it comes to around 280. It depends, you know, because the food prices fluctuate with seasons. So it's 280, 300,000 roughly, yeah.
Per what?
Month.
Wow.
Yeah, because...
And you don't feel a pinch like, hawa nyama wanakula tu chakula yangu?
No, but because it's something I'm doing voluntarily. Yeah.
So you don't feel anything?
Yeah, no.
Is there another animal you keep apart from cats?
Yeah, we have a rescue dog that is barking.
Yeah, we had the dog barking. Yeah,
yeah, we rescued that dog right here in Utawala. He was injured, very injured. He was really badly off. We brought him here, treated him, neutered him, fully vaccinated, and then at first we were separating him from the cats. Then we realized that he's not afraid of the cats, first of all. Secondly, he doesn't harm any cat. So now they mingle freely together.
So they're like family.
Yeah.
So right now these cats, they cannot give birth at all.
No, unless we do give priority to mother cats, pregnant cats, because we understand that they are likely to increase the stray population. So we give them priority. Some will come in pregnant, I think we have about 10 that are pregnant, but they came in pregnant. We are a no-kill shelter. We do not abort them or do anything to them until they give birth, nurse the kittens. Once they wean the kittens, then we spay them so that they don't give birth again. Yeah.
Now, a lot of people usually put animals to sleep when maybe they are too many or they are too old.
Yeah.
Now, is there a time that you've been, like you've put the cats to sleep, and maybe how did you feel about it?
Yeah, for us as a no-kill shelter, we do not do that lightly, and since 2020 we've only done that to about 5 cats.
Why did you do that?
3 of them had cancer. Like one had a tumor that was literally growing and blocking the
throat.
We could literally see the growth, and there's nothing that could have been done for him. And the other one had leukemia, and also he reached end stage, and now there was no quality of life. All the others had been in road accidents for one reason or another, maybe a motorbike, or we don't know. They were brought here mangled, and we saw there was no way we were going to save them. So the act of compassion, of euthanizing is also an act of compassion. So in those very, very, very special circumstances, we do.
And you feel bad doing that?
We really feel bad, and when we have to do that, then everything here comes to a standstill and everybody is sad. And not only when we have to euthanize, when we lose a cat.
Yeah.
It's a very sad day here.
When like they are coughing, what usually is the problem?
Sometimes it's just a simple fireball or allergy, which is nothing. Those are no serious issues. But some other times it could be cat flu, which is very, very, very serious for cats, because most of them don't pull through even with proper treatment. So for us to mitigate that, we try to vaccinate everybody against cat flu. Yeah.
Even human beings?
Not just the cats.
Now, how do you recruit your employees to make sure that they work on the cats? How do you get them? Do they just come and volunteer, or?
Yeah, like when our manager, he called me one day from Thika and said he's looking for a job, and then I said there's no job, because I especially fear that maybe young men, they don't love cats.
Yeah.
But then he explains, I love cats, I even have my own cat. So I called him for an interview, and we agreed, and he turned out to be one of the best staff.
So how do you interview someone to handle a cat? Do you give them a cat to play with them, or what?
We ask very leading questions, but he may not know what we are trying to find out. Yeah, but he turned out. So he brought the others. He recommended the others.
Yeah.
I know so and so, he loves cats. He's good in this. Yeah, and life goes on.
How many can you hold in this sanctuary?
The cats?
Yeah.
I think our capacity is about 600.
600?
Yes.
Now, if you overgrow that capacity, now what will you do?
Even before we reach that number, we have plans to move to a bigger space, where we can probably hold more cats and probably help many animals, because we do get calls about other animals.
Yeah.
It's only that now we cannot mix all of them.
Yeah.
The cats, yes.
So, for example, like if a cat grows old, how long will it take to grow very old, and how do they just go and sleep and die, and what happens?
Yeah, unfortunately, the cat's kidneys were not meant for a very long life. I think genetically. So that is usually the first thing in their body that starts to give issues when they grow old. And maybe cats can live. Domesticated cats can live between 2 years and as old as 30 years. Yes, but
30.
Yes,
30 like.
But let's say 30 is very special.
Yeah.
16 years, that cat is
so
really
they grow old.
Yeah, and they start having kidney problems in most cases. Yeah, like the ones we have had here, they usually just sleep and die because they are on treatment.
Yeah.
They are not in pain.
Yeah.
So maybe the kidneys will just give up and they just die in their sleep.
So like you try to wake them up?
Yeah, no, you can't. The cats are very clever. They will hide the sickness. So usually we go around periodically during the day and at night, because nobody sleeps outside here.
Yeah.
They all have
sleep.
Yeah. So when we take them back to their places to sleep, we check and we make sure everyone is fine. So they'll just cheat you, they are fine. But when you come in the morning, the cat did not wake up. They're just sleeping, but...
So in that case, you go and bury them, or what do you do with their body?
No, we take to Kabete, to the government place, veterinary place.
Oh, so they use them maybe for research?
I think they incinerate. I'm not really sure what they do, that they inter the bodies in a safe way.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is a beautiful thing you're doing, Rachel, and may God bless you, because a lot of people fear cats. They beat them, you know, they throw them away, they put them in sacks, you know, and throw them in the river.
Yeah,
they do so many wild things to cats, by the way.
Yeah.
And you made me start developing love for cats. Because mimi na paka,
but you're
not in the
so
same
well.
WhatsApp group.
I'm
trying, just because I'm a man, I can't show my fear. Hata ningekuwa nishakurukia nikakukalia kama wengine wanavyofanya.
Your wife was my love.
Yeah. But this is a beautiful place. It's a beautiful place. And that's why Bill of Clock has looked for you. Pengine kuna watu pale nje ambao wako na paka, labda ukiangalia ile kamera unaweza kuambia nini, unaweza kuwaleta wapi? Labda kuna namba unaweza piga ili uwalete. Je, unaweza enda kuwachukua wewe? Unaweza angalia ile kamera kuelezea.
Yeah, tuna request mtu akiona paka iko mahali inateswa, iko homeless, haina chakula, unatupigia simu kwa 011-302231 and then tunaweza kuja kuwachukua.
Na pia wanaweza kuwaleta, sio? Na
pia unaweza kuwaleta. That would be a good service for us, because at the moment we don't have a vehicle. We have to pay somebody to go and collect the cats. Yeah. But if you could bring the cats to us, the better.
Ushai face cat ambayo yuko very, very wild. Yes. And how do you calm them down?
You know, we believe that since we are giving them shelter and this is their home, we do not force them to do anything. We do not force them to be friendly. We let them keep their personality. But with time, like Python, we have a cat called Python.
Nyoka aswa.
Because he was rescued from the python place, so they were going to feed him to the pythons.
For real?
Yeah. So he was so
wild,
vicious, and even cleaning his space, we had to use a stick and a towel at the end, and then clean, and then food the same thing, because he was really vicious. But now Python, whenever he hears my voice, he comes for pets. But it has taken time, more than 2 years, for him to reach
relax,
that point. Yeah.
So they become wild.
They usually come around. It takes time because we don't force them. I mean, the love should be freely given.
Naturally. Yeah. The people who are looking at you right about now, maybe do you have maybe one last thing to tell them?
I'd like to say, I mean, I've seen on social media people saying that he knew Shetani, Paka, they are witches. No, there's no such thing. They're just animals that need our care. If you cannot help them, then please don't harm them.
Kama uwezi wasaidia, tafadhali usiwaumize. The Nairobi Feline Sanctuary kwa hapo Utawala shooters, unaweza wapigia simu waje wachukue, ama wewe mwenyewe walete, angalau paka apate kuhudumiwa. Bwana, nashukuru sana kwa kutazama Billy O'Clock. Shukuru sana kuweza kusubscribe pale na kuweza kushare video, like kama kawaida kwenye Facebook, kwenye Twitter @Billy O'Clock, angalau tuweze kuanzisha kuboresha maisha ya wanyama, kwa sababu tuko hapa kuangalia. Sisi ndio Mungu alitupatia hekima ya juu zaidi kuweza kuangalia wale wanyama ambao hawana hekima ya juu zaidi. Until next time, and we're out.